Good morning, everybody. It is a kind of snowy day today. I was surprised to see that a little bit of snow flurries going around. Today is a perfect day for just kind of hanging out in sweatpants and hanging out at home. We've got a couple things to do today, so I will take you throughout that, as well as tell you about a whole bunch of different pantry challenge breakfast ideas. So I think for me, one of the biggest parts or the biggest challenges of the pantry challenge is coming up with breakfast. Dinners seem to be just fine because I have a lot of the stuff here already, but as far as breakfast goes, there's not a whole lot. So I'm going to show you a few ideas that you can use with what you have at home, as well as maybe using up or buying a couple extra ingredients to go in it. So I gotta clean up this kitchen. It is after breakfast. It's a little after 8 o'clock. So let me get to that and I'll be back. The breakfast I made for this morning was simple scrambled eggs with some leftover spinach. Now you can use eggs with pretty much anything. What do you have left over in the fridge? Do you have any leftover chicken or taco meat? Any extra vegetables you want to get rid of? You can make an egg scramble or an omelet. I've even made egg cups with them before as well. I may try them next week and show you. You could also put them into an egg casserole. But for this one, I just had some eggs and spinach. I had some leftover bread from Jungle Jim's that I toasted and buttered. And I had some leftover apples. So that made a really good breakfast with protein, vegetables, and carbs. All right, show me your tooth. Oh, yep, she lost a tooth a couple days ago, so we get to go to Dollar Tree later today after class and go pick out a prize. Smoothies can also be a good breakfast option depending on what you have in the freezer. I have a random assortment of frozen fruit, plenty of sliced bananas. I got some strawberries, which have seen better days. I've also got a bunch of Greek yogurt. I've got some maple syrup I'm going to add to it for sweetness, but you could use any combination of fruit and your protein of choice for smoothies, either for breakfast or snacks. For a liquid, you could use water or milk. I'm going to be using water, so let me show you how I'm going to make my strawberry smoothie. For this smoothie, I'm going to be using 1 cup of water and probably about 3/4 of a cup of the Greek yogurt. I don't know if that'll be too much or not, but I know I wanted some extra protein, so that should help. And then the Greek yogurt also makes it super, super creamy. If you're using frozen fruit, you don't really have to use ice unless you want extra ice in it. But the frozen fruit kind of acts as the ice, and it keeps it less watery, I suppose, and makes it a little bit creamier. So I'm adding a cup of strawberries and then about half of a banana. The bananas make it pretty sweet already, but I'm gonna add about a half tablespoon or so of maple syrup just to give it a little bit of extra sweetness. I ended up having to add about a cup of ice to it because when I blended it all up, it was very liquidous thanks to all the water and the Greek yogurt, but this smoothie looks absolutely delicious and I'm gonna go enjoy this for a snack.
Yeah, I know exactly where they are. Wait, careful. Oh, so you have to play 2-player first.
Oh, there's another one. You see it?
Yeah.
We are slowly making our way through the day. It is currently noon. We just finished up lunch and Allison is in her next meeting for school. The way her online school works, at least for her, is that she has a 9 o'clock meeting and then a 12 o'clock a 12:45 usually, and then a short one at 2 for like a little small group. So it's kind of like our schedule. So she'll go into the office for like 30, 45 minutes, up to an hour at a time. She'll come out. I need to take a break from what I'm doing so I can, play with her, take care of her. It's a constant balance. And I believe she has about 2 more weeks of this before they can start going back, which is pretty exciting. So she's in her 12 o'clock meeting. I've got my coffee going over here. Waking up at 4:30 means that I need some extra coffee in the afternoons to kind of keep me going. I'm waiting for the hoagie rolls to finish rising. I've got an alarm set to form them into hoagie rolls once it's done, so I'm gonna go enjoy my coffee. I think making bread is one of my favorite things to do. I'm not very good at it. I mean, I'm not like a pro bread maker by any means, but I think I feel pretty awesome when I can make my own loaf of bread or make my own rolls or something. You can always buy them from the store, yeah, and they taste really good, but to make your own dough, oh my gosh, I cannot get over the taste of homemade dough. So for the hoagie rolls, I just need to cut them into 8 pieces because I'm making 8 rolls. And this dough right here is nice and soft. Like I think I've made this recipe before. I had it, like I have it in my recipe box area, but I just don't remember ever making it, and I don't remember having to make it the way that I did. So it must have been a while for me at any rate. But yeah, you cut these into 8 pieces, and then you shape them into the rolls. I have to let them rise for a little bit longer, but then they'll be ready to go. And making your own bread is really awesome for a pantry challenge. You can always buy your own bread too if you want. And I might again, but if I have the stuff to make my own bread, I might as well make it. Here we are at Dollar Tree, getting ready to pick out Allison's prize for losing her tooth. I will be back with another Dollar Tree video, or meal video, I promise. As soon as we finish this pantry challenge, I'm going back and I'm going to pick out the meals, and you'll see the video soon, but for now, we're gonna pick out her prize.
Wow. This is like an extended aisle of all the candy.
Oh, I know. You want to spend your money on candy. Well, I'm gonna grab one of these for me because I am addicted to Lifesavers.
Okay. Suit yourself. This one.
Tootsie Roll Pops. That's a good choice.
I chose. Oh wait, no. This one. This one has. It looks like some blueberry, some green apple, some. Looks like cherry. Yeah, cherry and chocolate.
Oh, perfect.
So I got the assorted flavors.
Hey, they finally have my salt and pepper shakers. I have one of each. They usually have one but not the other, but we need to grab one of each. All right, are we all done?
Yep.
All right,
Let's go home and play a video game.
All right. Now it is time for us to work on the meatballs. My meatball recipe is super easy. It's just ground turkey. I have an egg. I also have some breadcrumbs and seasonings like garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and salt and pepper. As far as the seasonings go, I don't really measure it. I'm using about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I would say like a teaspoon or so of garlic powder, and then just a random amount of salt and pepper. And that's pretty much it. Then I just mix everything around, and I will use a cookie scoop actually to form these into the meatballs. That makes them a little bit smaller, which is perfect for these meatball subs, because the subs they're good, but I think the rolls are a little small, so I might be able to fit, I don't know, 2 or 3 on the roll. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's get these onto the baking sheet. I like the cookie scoop version method better, just because it doesn't get my hands dirty. I don't mind getting my hands dirty, but sometimes, like, touching raw meat, just, I don't know. I'd rather keep my hands clean. And of course I go and spill it everywhere, which I'll be sure to clean up. But these meatballs are also freezer friendly. So after you bake them, you could easily put them in the freezer. Just put them on a cookie sheet that's lined with parchment paper, and you'll freeze them just like this in a single layer. And then once they're completely frozen, you can put them in a gallon-sized freezer bag. Just make sure it is labeled. And you can use these for multiple things. Just regular meatballs. You can put them like in spaghetti and meatballs. You could put them in barbecue sauce or buffalo sauce. The possibilities are endless. All right, I got 23 meatballs out of this. The oven is preheating to 400. I'm gonna stick these in for about 15 minutes, as well as some cauliflower I've got over here, and then we'll get the pizza sauce heating up on the stove. So I'm not sure how well this is gonna work, but we will see. This is pizza sauce that I had made a while ago that I put in the freezer, and I'm going to heat it up on the stove top. And then once the meatballs are finished cooking, I will put them in here along with it, just to coat them in a little bit of pizza sauce before I put them on the subs. And there's not a lot in here, so I actually have a little bit of pasta sauce in this jar. I'm gonna say it is maybe a 1/4 cup, we'll have to see. But I don't know, we don't need a whole lot of sauce on the subs. I think this will be plenty. Oh, we've actually got about a 1/2 cup in here. That's good. That'll work. All right, we'll put this on low heat for just a few minutes. The oven is preheated. I already stuck the cauliflower in there because it cooks for a little bit longer. Since these meatballs are so small, I think I cooked big ones for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna try these for about 10 and see how they turn out. Looks like after about 10 minutes they are done. So let me stick all of these in the sauce just long enough to coat them real quick. And then we'll be able to serve them on our sub rolls. Oh yeah, I am glad that I put in the last of the spaghetti sauce. That was just the right amount of sauce for these meatballs. These rolls turned out so super soft. I cannot wait to dig into them. And I thought that I had some mozzarella cheese in the fridge, but it turns out all I have is some shredded Parmesan, but that will work. Now the question is, how many can I fit on here? Looks like 3-ish, maybe. That looks pretty good. You can always put more on the side if you wanted to. Fairly certain that this will definitely fall apart when I try to eat it, so having a fork nearby will be very handy. This breakfast is similar to what I made the other day. It's scrambled eggs and spinach once again, but I also had some Panera like multi-grain bagel flats, I think they're called. I had 2 of them just sitting in the freezer, so I pulled them both out, and this morning I made an egg sandwich. Too much eggs, I used 2 eggs, so I have some on the side to eat with it. And then I have a huge container of applesauce in the fridge. I only use it for baking mostly, so I am eating it on the side. Put some cinnamon on it. On the eggs, I'm gonna put some everything bagel seasoning and possibly some like spicy mustard or something on it. But this is another breakfast idea. Another easy pantry breakfast idea is pancakes using a pancake mix. This one is super easy because all you need is the mix and water. And I think it said that 2 cups equals like 12 to 14 pancakes, which would be perfect for the 3 of us to eat maybe for a few days or so. So all I did was use 2 cups of the mix, and I'm saving the rest for later. I will use the rest of it next week in some other special recipes. But like I said, the mix and the water, and you mix it all together. If you have anything extra that you could add into it, like chocolate chips or some extra frozen blueberries maybe, you could do that as well. For this little batch, I put some sprinkles on top for Allison because I know she's not a huge fan of other things in it. But for the rest of them, I added part of a 4-pound bag of blueberries. I think there's like maybe 2 or 3 cups in there that's left. But then I stirred all that together and made blueberry pancakes for John. Said this only took maybe like 15 minutes total, but now we have a little bit of extra breakfast to last us a few days. I'm gonna have some more pantry meal ideas coming at you on Monday, including all the dinners that I had made earlier in the week as well. And then on next Friday, I'm also gonna have a lot more breakfast ideas for you, including different ways to use up that pancake mix. I'm thinking donuts. I think donuts would be awesome. I've got a little donut maker that I think would be super cool. Maybe something that Allison would eat. Also, maybe some egg cups or maybe an egg casserole or something to use up some of the, the little things that you might have in your fridge or your freezer. So how is your pantry challenge going? If you are doing one as well, please leave a comment. Let me know how it's going. If you need help coming up with ideas for the different things that are in your freezer right now, then leave a comment and tell me what's in there, and maybe I or some other friends can get on there and think of ideas for you. We are here for each other, and I'm here to help. I'm also pretty sure that this pantry challenge may last a little longer than 2 weeks. I'm not really sure yet. I'm thinking I have enough snacks, like, evening snacks and treats to last me quite a lot longer. I'm gonna try to eat up all that first before I buy anything else. Now, if you guys have not subscribed yet and would like to keep up with this pantry challenge as well as my other videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel and ring that bell notification. That way you can be notified when these other videos come out, as well as my other grocery hauls, recipes, and meal planning tips. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you later.